Hello everyone! The desert of Vol'dun, located in the northwestern part of Zandalar, there was once upon a time a vibrant jungle. All of that changed when Mythrax the Unraveler, he rampaged across the land on a mission to liberate his master Kahun.
He slaughtered all in his path, troll and Sethralis alike. Our Loa sacrificed herself to save us from that monstrosity. She struck the Mythrax down, but not before it was able to destroy the disc at the heart of Atul'aman. After witnessing his destruction firsthand, we knew that something must be done to prevent anyone from raising Mythrax again.
The destruction of the temple, it turned the jungle into the desert as we see it today. Mythrax, he was sealed away, while they took the remains of the beloved Loa and they built a sacred temple around it. That is known as the Temple of Sethralis. For many years, the darkness was locked away beneath the land, but in the current day and age, we find that the snake race, known as the Sethralis, they're facing a bit of a civil war. Where once Keeper Vol'dun, Keeper Sethralis, and Keeper Korthek, they stood side by side to make sure that the Loa's sacrifice was not in vain. Korthek, he had quite a taste of conquest and believes that the Sethralis deserve more, are the greatest in the world, and he now leads the faithless, allied to the Sand Fury troll General Yakrazet. He has no love for the Horde, which is clear the moment that we arrive at Zandalar. He blames us for the Sand Fury tribe's downfall, yet despite his position in the Zanchuli Council, he's unable to convince King Rastakhan to kick us out. As long as Yakrazet remains in power, the city will never be safe. Talungi, she knows that he's up to something, but she isn't sure what it is, so we ask around. Yet everyone that we talk to, they seem too scared to say anything. With good reason, as it turns out, as a Sand Fury assassin, it shows up to silence us. Only Bladeguard Kasha is brave enough to let us know what is going on.
Go carefully. Walk with me, but let's try to avoid drawing any attention. Warguard Harakira was my commander, the best one this city has ever seen. She told me she was close to proving that General Yakrazet is a traitor to the crown, but I haven't heard from her since. Whatever she uncovered was enough to earn her a trip to the desert. The dunes are a death sentence. I will not stand by and let Rakira be swallowed by the sands. As you can see, there are still some of us who believe the same.
The sands of Vol'dun have been used by the Zandalari to send their criminals into exile. Let the lands take care of the nasty business of killing them. Now, anyone that dares to ask questions about Yakrazet, they're sent there as well. So let's go investigate what is going on.
Up ahead! I see the pass. Fly low and keep an eye out for any sign of Rakira.
Kaja, we should adjust course. We're nearing the Sethralis Empire.
The Serpent Men? I thought they hid mostly beneath the dunes.
It appears their presence has grown.
So it has. Let's head west and avoid any unnecessary conflict.
It might be too late for that.
We need to speed things up. The king has nosy visitors. That could pose a problem.
You do your part, General, and I will do mine. Trespassers! You will die in these dunes!
Everyone, break ranks! Make your way to safety! Get as far from these snakes as you can!
We have orders to kill this one. Let us make it suffer.
Not today, snake men! You still alive in there? Any good with that weapon of yours? I'm all out of potions, and there's a whole lot of Sethralis between me and my wagon. If you're willing to fight, I could sure use some help.
The might of Korthek is nothing to sneeze at as he blows our entire party out of the sky and we end up imprisoned. Thankfully, the Vipera Nisha is in the area to save us. Like the Sethralis, this is another new race added to the game. They live a nomadic life around these parts with their caravans and they're looting what they can, while their origin is not explained in full detail. It's possible that they're connected to a wild god, which was mentioned fighting in the War of the Ancients, but that's not been confirmed. Either way, we need to get out of here, so we help Nisha with gearing up. We slay as many of the snakes as we can on our way out, and we recover their attack plans from Fangcaller Sraka.
Hang on! This is gonna be a wild ride! Looks like we have company. Light 'em up! I think we're in the clear. Great work back there. The hideaway should be up ahead. We'll be safe there. For a while, at least.
Looks like Bladeguard Karja also found a way to the Vol'dun hideaway, but she's not doing too well, so we make her a little pick-me-up with Prickle-Vine Juice and Sandstinger Venom glands. It's clear that whatever Yakrazet is up to, he doesn't want anyone to report back to the king. First things first though, we need to figure out what happened to the rest of our party. At the crash site, we look for survivors and the missing pages of a journal that Mira found earlier.
I write this as I sit in a cage with a dozen other exiles, traveling to the sands where we will live out our days, however numbered they may be. The air, heavy with heat, tells me we're close. The sun has set across the dunes, providing some relief from the heat that has made many delirious. In a sun-stricken stupor, one among us began rambling about a temple to the south that welcomes exiles. I doubt he will make it through the night. Assassins, sent by Yakrazet, attacked our camp in the middle of the night. Unarmed and befuddled by sleep, we were unable to defend ourselves. I fought off the traitors, but it was too late. The survivors had scattered, each now forced to navigate this unforgiving terrain alone. I won't survive much longer without food or water. After traveling in circles for most of the day, I decided my only option was to follow the advice of a rambling madman and head south toward the promise of shelter.
Sadly, Bladeguard Jorana didn't make it, but Tarkash might have, as we only find the warblade covered with fresh blood. Who knows where they might have gone, but the journal, it does give us a hint as to where we might find Rakira. To the south, that is where we must go. Luckily, that's where Mira is also heading, so we get to travel along with the Cherry Volpera.
It's never safe to travel alone.
Our wagons don't always do well on the ancient troll roads.
I always am. Hero's got no reason to worry. I've had plenty of practice. But you might want to hold on, just in case. You keep an eye out for your friend. I'll keep my eyes on the road. Zem'lan's port is to the south. Ships haven't sailed into its dockyard for years, but it's still our best chance at getting what Kiro and Nisha need for their attack on the Sethrac. Can you believe this wasteland was once the jewel of the Troll Empire? A jungle teeming with life! Now, whatever's left is buried beneath the sands.
How could Rakira survive in such a place?
I doubt she could. Most of your kind can't. Well, not anymore.
I will find her, or die trying. Mira, stop the caravan. I see something up ahead. This is Rakira's shield. Where is she? What have you done to her?
Yakrazet's to blame for this, not me. Rakira's the only reason I'm still alive.
Yorak was part of the group of exiles that Rakira was forced to travel with, the group that was attacked by the assassins. He owes her his life and wants us to kill Grostok the Blackheart, the leader of the assassins, while the temple that we're traveling to, that will only accept those that bring an offering to the Loa. The exiles were willing to hand over the satchels containing the last of their possessions, but the assassins stole it from them. While we search for the leader, we might as well take their lives and reclaim the stolen goods. While we do, we find none other than Yakrazet at the temple of Atul'aman.
We can't get in. The door is sealed with magic we've never seen before.
Silence! We are not alone.
You made a mistake coming to these dunes. The princess can't save you now.
Grostok, deal with these trespassers. Do not fail me again.
Whatever Yakrazet is after, it's thankfully still locked away beyond his reach. Yorak is quite happy with the reclaimed offerings and will guide us to our destination.
We should head south. The temple is somewhere within those hills.
Hold on if you can. It's about to get real bumpy.
This cannot be the only road we can take.
Oh, it's not. But you don't want to travel through the canyon. It's filled with nightmares.
Those only exist in the mind, not the dunes.
I promise they're very real and very dangerous. Not even the Sethrac step foot in the canyon. Dolly and Dot are my best friends. They pull my wagon through dunes of sand. They have small teeth and they love to eat.
What is that screeching coming from your mouth?
Dot and Dolly like it when I sing. It's soothing.
Well, it makes me want to go back to my old ways.
Fine then. Dolly and Dot are my best friends. They pull my wagon through dunes of sand.
This must be the place. I can see a structure ahead. May the sands swallow my sins.
If Rakira is within this temple, we will find her.
Do you seek redemption? Akunda welcomes all.
While looking for an exile named Rakira, we think she may be within this temple.
You'll only find Akunda here. Those who share his name are the only ones permitted to enter his hall.
Quite a cult feeling going on here, as everyone takes up the name of the Loa Akunda. Yorick is kind enough to hand over his offerings to save Rakira, but just a solid offering that won't buy us entrance into the temple. Through a sacred ritual, the Loa enters our mind and removes the memories that cause pain. Redemption is waiting for us. Quite a nice promise. When you're exiled to this place, you are forced to leave everything behind. To prepare ourselves, we must slay the Ranishu, which are a plague upon these lands. We gather the sacred remains of the thunder lizards that once upon a time they used to roam these jungle lands, and we retrieve Korthek's antenna. The local Red Rock scavengers and howlers, they're also being a bit of a problem near the Eternal Spring, so while we're at it, we might as well clean them out. We also have to meditate at the Shrine of Thunder to confront whatever demons linger in the dark recesses of our minds, but it seems like not only our own mind holds a bit of darkness.
I grow weaker by the moment. You must help me before it is too late.
Some things not quite right. For now though, let's play along with this as Akunda the Exalted. He wants us to pick a new name for ourselves. We too must become Akunda.
You are ready to hear Akunda's words, though it must be done alone. Head to the altar and pray when you are ready.
I am listening. The Sands, someone in this strange temple must know something. Rakira! She's here! She's alive! Rakira! Rakira?
We are all Akunda.
What have they done to you?
You. Yes, you. Approach quietly. Do not draw attention to yourself.
Taking their memories. That is a gift bestowed upon them by Akunda, but a lot more than that has gone missing lately. Again, something's not right here, and at the Valley of Sorrows, the place where the forgotten memories are kept, we slowly but surely uncover what has happened.
Jacques Rosette is a traitor, but the king won't act without proof.
Please, Rakira, don't do this. You'll get yourself killed.
You know I must, Kaja. Duty before all else.
Akunda the Exalted poisoned the waters and took the Loa's own memories. Akunda has forgotten who he is, but Mejani, she can perform a ritual to restore him. The Loa isn't really happy with what happened to him, what happened to his followers, because of this traitor in their midst. With the little power he can spare, we take on the Exalted One.
Call the storm, champion. Unseat this usurper.
Fool! You should have run away when you had the chance. The power of Akunda will be mine!
At last, I am free. Thank you, champion.
Now that his powers have been restored, he can heal his children and give them back the memories. We are no longer all Akunda now, and Rakira finally recognizes Kaja.
You will forever be welcome within these walls.
Champion, come quick! Rakira's memories are returning.
My head. Kaja? Is that you? I am sworn to defend the royal family. It is as I suspected. General Jacques Rosette has troops in the desert, unbeknownst to the king. They scour the dunes, searching for a weapon that can destroy the city, killing any who get in their way. I have no idea what this weapon is, or where to find it, but it can't be good if Jakrazet is hiding its existence from the king. We must find the weapon before Jakrazet has a chance to get his hands on it.
An old friend of her named Yuwaba, she has come to the sands willingly to gain knowledge of the past. If anyone can locate this weapon, it would be her. So our next adventure that takes us to the ruins surrounding the Great Pyramids.
The ruins are on the way to Zem'lan. I'm happy to take you there. Dolly and Dot are great company, but it's nice to have friends to talk to. We're friends, right?
We wouldn't have found Rakira without you, little one.
I don't think those trolls up ahead are friends of yours.
Those are Jakrazet's troops!
Oh, this isn't good. Not at all. Everybody, out of the wagon! Quick!
Your head.
Dolly! Dot, wait! It's not safe down there!
Assassins sent by Jakrazet, they tried to finish the job and murder Akira, but nothing will stand in our way.
Oh, thank the sands you're safe!
Over here! I found her!
Julwaba, are you hurt?
I am alright, but my friend here is fading fast.
You've allied yourself with a Sethrak?
It is a long story, one that can wait. He will meet Bonsamdi soon if we do not hurry.
Let me help. I know what ails him.
Not all the Sethrak want to murder us. Some are quite against what Korthek is trying to do. Sethrak like Cyric. We provide the materials to make him an antidote, and he lets us know that we're not the only ones that have come here looking for answers. Thankfully, none of them have the information that Sethrak possesses. None of them know where to look, which gives us the edge that we need to find a special stone.
Vorik, if you are receiving this message, then I fear I was too late. Korthek has betrayed our people and plans to break the barrier we placed on the tomb long ago. I can only hope I've hidden my key well enough so that you are the only one to find it.
It's also in this area where we learn more about the history of the land, the history that I mentioned at the start of the video. With the stone in our possession, we join Cedric on his journey to the sanctuary to Devoted, where Keeper Vorik can tell us more.
Our temple is the last bastion against the faithless. Long ago, we lived as one, as our Loa would have wanted. Since Korthek's betrayal, the faithless have brought war upon these lands. He leads them in their fight, searching for the remaining keys that will allow him to break the barrier around Atul'aman and use what's within to conquer all of Zuldazar. We will do whatever it takes to stop him.
Cedric, it's good that you have returned. The faithless have taken Vorik.
We land in the middle of a war with the faithless, and Keeper Vorik has been captured. This battle has been going on for quite some time now, as on the Alliance side, during their war campaign and setting up a base in Vol'dun, they also come in contact with the Sethrak. They do pretty much the same here. They kill the faithless and disrupt their assault, but instead of saving Vorik, they save one of the privates that also held a special stone. Now we bring the second one, that which might be the only thing standing between Korthek and Jakrazet, claiming the weapon that they've been looking for.
This key belongs to the first keeper. His name was Sulfis, and he died at the hands of Korthek. Although immensely powerful, Sulfis could not create the barrier alone. Korthek and I lent him our aid, and together we sealed Mythrax within the Great Pyramid. As the sands continued to spread, Korthek grew hungry for war. He plotted to unearth the Mythrax and use him as a weapon to conquer the continent.
A weapon? This must be what Jakrazet is after. A Mythrax.
We need to warn the princess.
Korthek raised an army of like-minded Sethrak, and they began to slaughter those who opposed them. Sulfis was the first to fall, but not before safeguarding his key. Those of us still loyal to Sethralis were forced out of our home and into hiding. We have been fighting the faithless ever since. We will never give up. Korthek has gone too far. I must deal with this personally. Protect the keys while I am away.
We will defend your people as our own.
Meet me at Vol'dun's Fall as soon as you can, champion. We shall sneak into Korthek's fortress together. We are heading into the heart of the faithless empire, champion. It is a cruel nest of rock and dirt, swarming with Sethrac who have forsaken our Loa. I lived here too once, long ago, before Korthek betrayed our people for power and madness. In those days, Korthek and I led all Sethrac in our worship of Sethralis. My personal sanctum was hidden away in the hills, a small shrine to Sethralis, where I could meditate. It has been abandoned for years, but it will be an ideal place to launch our... Wait, what are Valkyra doing here?
Everyone stay calm. This is one of the good ones. Hot Sans, am I glad to see you, friend? I'm in way over my head here.
The Valkyra have already found Vorik's sanctum, and they're getting ready to liberate their people and show the Sethrac that they're not to be messed with. Perhaps with our aid, we can make a difference and put a stop to the faithless once and for all. If we can get our hands on Korthek's key, then Mythrax will remain sealed in his tomb forever. But getting to and confronting the Emperor, that is no easy task. We go about planting Valkyra banners, we arm their slaves, we save the children, and we slay the Skycallers. Vorik's staff, that needs a bit of a boost, so we empower it, but we also get him back in touch with Rakshan, which is a great help for raining death from above.
For Sethralis!
The spire barriers destroyed, the very heart of the faithless is exposed. Korthek is nowhere to be found yet, which gives us the time to prepare for the coming battle. He was always the better fighter, so Vorik, he will drain everything that he can from these crystals to power himself up, while we purge the faithless and recover several sacred relics of Sethralis. With that done, the Emperor finally shows himself. It is time for the final showdown.
You face the might of Korthek, the eternal Emperor. I am the true power of the Sethrac. No, you are our failure. Sethralis sacrificed herself so we could live in peace. We will keep Mythrax's prison sealed, and I will unite our people. I wonder, Vorik, if you're here, who's guarding the keys in your temple? What have you done, Korthek? Ensured my victory, no matter what happens here. General Jakrazet already has my key, and by now, I suppose he has yours as well. He will raise Mythrax, and we will conquer all of Azeroth! You fool! Mythrax cannot be controlled! I did not force anyone to follow me, Vorik. Our people are conquerors. No, old friend. Our people are dead because of you. And now you must join them. Sethralis forgive you. Sethralis, we must hurry back to the Sanctuary of the Devoted and stop General Jakrazet from releasing Mythrax.
Wind's at your back, friends. But my fight is here, alongside the Volpera.
We fly back to the Sanctuary as quickly as we can, but it's already too late. Jakrazet and his forces were able to steal away our keys, with Khaja and Rakira quickly going after them. We too must join them at the temple of Atul'aman. The Sethrac have always known about this ancient passageway leading into the tomb of Mythrax, but none have dared enter before now. It is said that the Dark One's power still radiates within the caverns. Who knows what horrors await us inside?
There is a dark presence here. We should be on our guard. Even in death, Mythrax's essence remains strong here. I fear for what will become of our world should he rise once more.
Ah, my head! What are these things? We need to hurry and find Rakira.
Sethralis gave her own life to save our world. If Mythrax returns, her valiant sacrifice will have been for naught.
I told Kaja to keep moving. We need to stop Jakrazet. We need to catch up with her. Let's go!
The ritual of blood is nearly complete.
It's over, Jakrazet. Your plan has failed.
Failed? No. I will complete the ritual with your blood. I will complete the ritual with your blood.
My strength! What is this?
Your blood empowers me.
I can't move. Help me.
More blood! This thirst must be quenched!
This ends here, General. The plots, the lies, the murders. You will not escape your crimes any longer. This ends now. Give him a clean death. We have seen enough suffering for one day.
Suffering? You have not seen true suffering. Not yet! But you will!
No, it cannot be.
He was the final sacrifice. We have failed.
Despite our best efforts, ultimately Jakrazet succeeded and Mythrax the Unraveler has returned. Rakira will let Princess Talanji know, while we talk with Bane, who in turn lets the Banshee Queen know of our activities here. We're going to need any help that we can get if we want to stand a chance against his threats. All the help we can get, like the Loa Sethralis herself, that would be really useful right now. The time of her rebirth has already passed, they expected her to be back by now, but someone or something is preventing her awakening. We will have to venture into the Temple of Sethralis to figure out what is going on, but that's a story for another time. For now, thank you very much for watching everyone, subscribe if you like my videos, leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and until next time guys, see ya!